really serious and you're looking for a Christ man, one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot. On my life, I want to be a gangster like a god. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under YAHANNA, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. There's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Shalom, Israel. It's the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. We've been teaching this truth since 1969. Can y'all hear me okay? All right, bet. Yeah, since 1969. We've been teaching so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you understand, who we are according to the Bible. You know, trying to give our people back our culture, our history, our identity. See, Christianity has taken the Bible and has used it for everyone. And the white man has taken the Bible and used it as a weapon. He's used it as he you know, they say that Christianity is synonymous with the Bible, and it's not. Christianity is not synonymous with the Bible. It has no relation at all. You understand? Christianity is a religion that was made up by our oppressor to confuse the children of Israel. Right. It's a war tactic. All right. So today we're going to be getting into Romans chapter 11. We're going to be revisiting that. I think we went into this. What was it? 2 weeks ago? About 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, we went into it. We're going to revisit it. So this is the week we're going to go back to it. Right. So somewhat we're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to touch on a couple of things that we mentioned last week, so that we can refresh where we left. Okay. So what we're gonna go? Let's go Romans chapter 11, verse 1. You got a question on it? Okay, go ahead.
In the book of Romans chapter 11, verse 1, I say then, hath God cast away his people?
Now this is how the chapter starts off. This is Paul. Christians say that Paul, he's the apostle for everybody. Because Paul did say what? He said he was the apostle for the Gentiles. Right? So Christians, they think that the word Gentile is referring to everybody. Right? But when you go into the definition, Gentile is not a nation. It's not a nation of people. Right. And the definition is usually a non-Israelite. Right. Usually. Meaning in certain contexts, it's referring to the children of Israel, and sometimes it's referring to the damn heathens. Okay, so read that again from the top.
I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid.
God forbid. The Lord never cast away his people. Who are his people? Rabiat?
The nation of Israel, sir.
The nation of Israel. That's who God's chosen people is. It's not everybody. It's God's chosen people are the children of Israel. That's what Christians have to understand. It's not everybody. It's not whosoever believes. The whosoever is the children of Israel. Whenever it's talking about the whosoever, it's referring to the children of Israel. Baba Kashai, drop that. Let me get Acts 2 and 21.
Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Yeah, whosoever shall call on the Lord shall be saved. Right? It says whosoever, right? Keep reading.
Verse 22. Ye men of Israel.
No, ye men of Christian.
Ye men of Israel.
Ye men of Islam.
Ye men of Israel.
No, ye men of anybody who believes.
Ye men of Israel.
See, ye men of Israel. Go ahead.
Hear these words.
Ye men of Israel, hear these words. These are the words that the Lord meant for Israel to hear, not for all people to hear. It's for the nation of Israel. Right. Okay, and that's what type of time that Paul was on. Paul wasn't on Christianity type stuff. He wasn't on Christianity religion, or he wasn't the apostle to open up the door for Christianity. Right? Because Christians love to go to Paul to try to prove their doctrine, because they think that Paul is the author of Christianity. He's the one that opened up the gates for all of humanity, and the Lord has forgiven all of the world's sins. And guess what? It's not talking about that. You really go into the records, you really go into the Bible, sin is actually what? Sin is the transgression of the law. Who was the law given to? It was given to the children of Israel. It wasn't given to everybody. So Paul's not, we're going to get into it. Paul's not here for all people. He's here for the children of Israel. Right. Read that again from the top. No, Salai, my bad. Go back to Romans 11. Barbershop.
Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people?
Right.
God forbid. For I am also an Israelite.
Because I am what?
For I also am an Israelite.
Four. He says four. Four meaning what? Because.
Right.
He says, have God cast away my people? Four, meaning because I'm also of the tribe of Israel. That's who his people are, who his people is. His people, he's telling you right there in the beginning of the chapter. So why would Christians say, well, he came also for the wild olive tree? Right. The wild olive tree is talking about everybody. No, it's not. No, it's not, because it's going to explain that in the chapter. Right? Keep reading.
For I also am an Israelite, from the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right. So he's giving his pedigree. He's from the tribe of from the tribe of Benjamin, from the seed of Abraham. Meaning he comes from the seed that the Lord chose. Right. He's not coming from the other nations and the heathens. You understand? That's a walk. Let me know if you're gonna get hot, man. There's some cold water in all right. You got a question? No, drop that. Let me get Jeremiah 11 and 16. All right.
You'll be able to come back to that?
Yeah, we'll come back.
You said Jeremiah 11 and 16?
Yeah, Jeremiah 11 and 16. That's right. Right? Because we're talking about the wild olive tree. We're talking about the olive tree. Right? Because Christians don't understand. They don't know the history. All they know is the doctrine that they've been taught. Like when you go by a doctrine that you taught by your pastor or Christianity, or maybe you reading by yourself. You're self-taught. You got a lot of Christians that be like, oh yeah, I've read the Bible 4 and 5 times. You can't tell me nothing. I know the Bible. No, you don't. Because what? Hebrews 5 and 11 says, before you become a teacher, there's need for you to be taught again. Right. Somebody has to teach you the Bible again. And somebody who has authority to teach you. Right. Somebody who has, you understand, who has been anointed, who has the who's been, what's the word? Trained and authorized to teach you the Bible. All right, not no Christian pastor that went to theologian school to learn about a theology and some what's the word? The root word of theology? Theological theory. Oh yeah. You understand? It's this is just what you think. This is what you suppose. This is your what do they call it? The hypothesis. You don't got the answers. All right, in the Christian church, you don't. You have to come to men that have been trained and authorized. And the men that have been trained and authorized is the men in the I.S.U.P.K. The Lord gave us, you understand, authority to teach us the Bible. Not the so-called white man. We didn't get a certificate in the white man's churches or facilities. You want to say something, Rob?
No, I thought that was a heavy point, because like a theory or a hypothesis, like it just means an educated guess.
Right, an educated guess. Right, and what's heavy? What you just said? You said it says an educated guess. Now, where are they getting their education from?
Right,
from a so-called white man. You going to you think people go to college and think people go to college and they become smarter? Right. And you got people as dumb as nails going to college and coming out of college. Now, I'm not saying college is bad. Right. But just because you went to college don't mean you're smart. Right. Yeah, I mean, look at all your United States presidents. Yep. Right. Look at Donald Trump. Right. You understand? You think they make the best decisions? No. Nah. That's why we headed toward the Third World War. You understand? And the Lord made it that. The Lord put him in that office, man. Because the Lord wants World War III. Right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 16. The Lord called thy name an olive tree.
A what?
An olive tree.
So like go to verse 15. No. My bad. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see something. Go to make sure I got you right. No. 16 is cool.
The Lord called thy name a green olive tree.
The Lord called the children of Israel a green olive tree. Was he talking about the other nations? No, he wasn't talking about the other nations. He's talking about the children of Israel, right? The Lord called thy name a green olive tree. Go ahead.
Fair and of goodly fruit. With the noise of the great smoke. He hath kindled fire upon it. And the branches of it are broken.
The branches. See, even the branches, when it goes to the branches, we're gonna get into this, right? When we go into Romans 11, when we really dive into Romans 11, we get into this chapter, you're gonna understand that it's always been talking about the children of Israel. Right. It's never been talking about the other the heathen nations. Keep reading.
Verse 17. For the Lord of hosts hath planted thee, hath pronounced evil against thee.
Right. Go ahead.
For the evil of the house of Israel. And of the house of Judah.
Right. But the evil that the two branches was committing. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Right? Black and brown. We were breaking God's laws because we wanted to serve other gods. We didn't want to have brotherhood, meaning we didn't, we got brothers sleeping with each other's wives, committing adultery. That's what adultery is. Eating whatever you want to eat, doing all kind of evil things. That's the evil that we were doing. And we were sacrificing to Baal, sacrificing to, just other gods. Keep reading.
And hath pronounced evil against thee. For the evil of the house of Israel and for the house of Judah, which they had done against themselves to provoke me to anger and offering incense unto Baal. Right,
to Baal. We was going and serving other gods. That's what we was doing, man. Provoking the Lord to anger, right? That's what we received the wrath of the Lord because we were provoked him to anger because we chose to be disobedient to the Lord, man. You understand? You even had Israel, just like Christians today, right? Christians will go and do sin and live however they want to live, right? And then they'll go to church and pay a tithe, thinking that covers the sin. You had Negroes and the niggas in the Bible as well. They used to go and sin, but they got their lambs and their rams ready to offer to the Lord, thinking that was going to cover the sin. When the Lord, you understand, he delights in obedience before he, what's that? Offerings.
Right.
You understand? He wants you to be obedient. He don't give a damn about what's that? Man, somebody give me that scripture. Where's that at?
The word of life,
right. Yeah, somebody give me that real quick, Bible shop. You know what I said? Nobody? Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Is it Isaiah 1:1?
Sounds right.
To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Says the Lord, I am full of the burnt offerings of ram and the fat of fed beef, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs.
Yeah. Read that. Yeah, read that again.
The book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Saith the Lord, I am full of the burnt offerings of rams.
Right. What purpose is it if you're gonna go ahead and sin against the Lord? Right. If you're gonna sin to the Lord, you think the Lord gives a damn about a damn sacrifice? Christians think that you can do that. They think that you can go to church, right? Pay your tithes and then go and sleep with a whore. Go and eat pork. Go and do whatever you want to live. Do whatever you want to do. You understand? Like it just covered your sin. No, you. The Lord wants you to change. That's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants you to become a new creature, to be a new man, a new woman, to be somebody different, not the same evil bastard that you were. Right? You can't keep going. It's almost like saying, if your parents tell you to stop doing something, behave, act right, follow, my rules in my house. And you keep on being disobedient. You keep on breaking those rules and then coming back and saying, it's my bad. Salakia. You got to understand something. Salakia don't fix everything. Right? Salakia does not fix everything. You understand? What you got to do is you got to start limiting those salakias. You got to start changing. You got to start, when you make a mistake, let me say something. The most masculine thing a man can do is say, salakia, that will never happen again. And that's it. And then don't do it. You understand? When somebody offends you, when you go to that brother and him alone, and you explain the offense to him and how you was offended, how do you know that brother heard you? How do you know he heard you? Okay. Let's say he does say Salaki, but how do you know he heard you? Huh? That you only you right on the money. You basically saying it. What you about to say, Azar? When you gain that brother back, yes. Okay, that's not exactly what I'm looking for, because both of those are all right, but that's not what I'm looking for. Go ahead, Thon. Give that brother a hand, man. Give that brother a hand. By not doing it again. That's how you know the brother heard you. You understand? When the Lord knows that, you know, you're understanding and hearing him, is when you stop your old lifestyles. You change. You stop doing those things. That's how you know you're hearing the Lord of the word. The word of the Lord. Right? You've hearkened to his words. You understand? You about to say something, brother?
I think I found the actual piece of Psalms 51:16.
Nah, that's not it. That's not it. That's I mean, it's still a precept. That's not what I'm looking for though.
For the sacrifice.
Hold on. All right. Psalms, First Samuel 15:22. That's right.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22. And Samuel said.
Now this is after Saul, right? Saul broke the commandment of the Lord. The Lord gave Samuel a commandment telling him when he go into the Amalekites, destroy, take off, because we're live, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I say it anyway. He said, unalive everything. Don't save nothing. Unalive everything. Clear, air it all out. Air it out. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring nothing back. But Saul didn't do it, right? He wanted to save the rams and the lambs for a sacrifice. Keep reading.
And Samuel said, "Has the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord."
Obeying the voice of the Lord. The Lord don't give a damn about your sacrifice. He wants you to be obedient. Keep reading.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
To do what?
To behold is better than sacrifice.
To obey is better than sacrifice. You understand? That's what Christians have to understand, but they won't until they come in here, man. Until they hear the voice of the voice of the Lord, right? Hearing meaning what? Meaning they come in here and they change their lives. They come in here, they stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They stop being the same man that they were, or same woman that they were, living those same lifestyles. That's how you know that you've heard the Lord, because you took action, right? You saying you love the Lord. Love is what? Love is an action word. It's a verb. It's an action word. You have to show love. You have to do something to prove that you love someone. If I say I love God, then guess what? My lifestyle is going to change. How I think is going to change. How I move is going to change. With the things that I choose to eat. The women that I choose to deal with. It's all going to change because I'm saying I love the Lord. My actions are going to prove it. You understand? You just giving the Lord a sacrifice, just, you know, because you're not willing to change. It's like a rich man. A rich man, you know, people that get rich, like Diddy, they feel like they don't have to obey any laws. Right? Who else? R. Kelly. You got a lot of celebrities out there that feel like they don't have to obey any laws. Look at Donald Trump. You know, this is his kingdom, so he can do whatever the hell he want to do. But they also feel that they don't even have to obey even the laws that they created for them damn selves. Because when you get rich like that, you feel like you're above the law. That's why they do all these evil things and sex traffic these kids and all these people going missing. There's a lot of females going missing right now. There's a lot of sisters going missing all throughout the United States. And guess what? It's by rich men. It's about rich, lustful men who think they are above the law. You understand? Guess what? No one is above the Lord's law. Right? Keep going. Yeah, you read from the top.
And Samuel said that the Lord is great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices,
As
he obeys the voices of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
And to hearken, and to listen, and to obey than the fat of rams. You understand? The Lord don't care about that. The Lord wants you to be obedient, man. All right, you can drop that. Let's go back to where we were. What was that? Jeremiah. Let's go back to Jeremiah 11:16. Right, the wild olive tree. Okay, and we're going to get into why. Why is it? Why does it refer to? Why does Paul mention a wild olive tree? Right, we're the nation of Israel is an olive tree. You understand? But the children of Israel, our kingdom is split into two kingdoms. Now go ahead and read what you got, bro. You about to say something, Don? All right, let's go back to 16.
Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 16. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken.
Right. The branches broke. We broke because our nation split. All right, we split into two. I'm gonna say two branches. All right, or two parts, two kingdoms, a northern kingdom and southern kingdom. You understand? You had the northern kingdom, or the natural branches per se. The natural branches will be what? It'll be Judah, Benjamin, and half the tribe of Levi. The ones that stayed, the ones that the Lord continued to deal with. Then you had the northern kingdom, right? Or the wild olive branch that broke off, right? And they began to serve other gods, and the Lord stopped dealing with them. They became Gentiles, right? Let me get Hosea 8:8.
The book of Hosea chapter 8, verse 8.
Who is the wild olive tree? Go ahead.
Israel was swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel.
Right, Israel. So you see how when you read the scriptures, it often refers to, or you often see Judah and Israel, like we just read earlier, right? Judah and Israel. Judah being the southern kingdom, and Israel being the northern kingdom, like the tribe of Ephraim and the company of Ephraim, the northern kingdom, right? Keep reading.
Wherein is no pleasure. Verse 9. For they are gone up to Assyria, a wild ass alone by himself. Ephraim hath hired lovers.
Right, so like drop that, drop that. Let me get Psalms 78, verse 9.
The book of Psalms chapter 78, verse 9. The children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle.
Right.
Verse 10. They kept not the covenant of God.
They did what?
They kept not the covenant of God.
Right. They kept not the covenant of God. Right. This is why when you read the New Testament, you only see Judah and Levi. And so you see some of the tribes, like, but it's the majority of the tribe that you see in Jerusalem during the time of Christ was the north, was the southern kingdom. Okay, them being the majority. Okay, the northern kingdom broke off and went to serve other gods. All right, they didn't keep the covenant that the Lord made with us. Keep reading.
And refused to walk in his law.
Right, we didn't want to walk in God's laws. Keep reading.
Verse 11. And forgot his ways, his works, and his wonders that he had showed them. Verse 12. Marvelous things did he in the sight of your fathers, in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan.
Right.
Verse 13.
Drop Drop down to verse 67.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph. He chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion which he loved.
Right. The Lord stopped dealing with the northern kingdom for a time. Okay. He stopped dealing with the northern kingdom because they kept serving other gods. Now, you know, the southern kingdom was breaking God's laws also. And this is why Paul is the apostle for the Gentiles. This is what we're about to get into. All right. Now you can drop that. Let me get 1 second. Let me get Hosea 1 and 9. All right.
Then said God, call his name Loami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God.
Right, because you be calling God another God. You be calling God about another name, right? Because what you do in your actions, you're serving another God. You're not serving the God of Israel. Keep reading.
I will come, and I will not be your God. Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
So now, this is the prophecy that Hosea is talking about. The children of Israel, that when we lost we stopped following God and the laws, the commandments. We started serving other gods, and we became Gentiles. We became another nation, meaning we follow their culture, their customs, their traditions, their holidays. We lived like Gentiles. So then people say that, oh, y'all not the Israelites. No, you're black. You're colored. You're American. You're Greek. You're British. You're this. You're that. You're Mexican. You're Puerto Rican. Now we're being called by another name. We're being called by the name of our oppressor gave us. Right? Even the Native Indians. The Native Indians wasn't calling themselves Native Indians or Native Americans. They wasn't doing that. They wasn't doing that at all. Our oppressor gave our people that name, calling us savages, saying that we were the savages. But when you go into even when you go into what's that? The records of what's that book called? The Black Indian. You go into the records of Christopher Columbus when he met the Native Indians. He said he's never met a more peaceable people.
Right.
There's not a more peaceful people in the world. And then you know what he said next? He said they must be made to serve. They must be made slaves. You understand?
Right.
Keep reading.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. Right. There should be said, you are the sons of the living God. Because that's what we're doing right now. We're telling our people that we are the sons of the living God. What does Israel mean? What does the word Israel mean? What does Israel mean? Anybody? Princes of power.
Princes of power. That's right. That's exactly what it means. Princes of power. And what else? What is a prince of the power? Who's the power? Who's the power?
The power is the Most High God, or God is God.
That's right. Right. So when it says prince of power, what is it saying? What is a prince?
Prince is the first son.
A what?
The first son.
A son. Right? It's a son. Right? So son of
power.
Who is power?
God.
Sons of God.
Okay.
It's saying the same thing right here. You are the sons of the living God. You are the sons of God, the princes of power. You are Israel. That's who you are. That's our name, right? But they say we're not. They say y'all. They try to deny it and say we ain't. We got the records. We know who we are, right? We got the truth. We in the truth. You understand? And that's what we're doing right now. For blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, we're telling you that you are the sons of the living God. You are the sons and the daughters of the living God, not some statue. You don't have to go and follow some other religion. You ain't gotta follow Kevin Gates and follow Islam and go walk around a damn cobblestone and find the Arab God. No, you have a living God. You don't have to serve no damn rock. That rock ain't gonna do nothing for you. It ain't gonna save your life. It ain't gonna get our people off drugs. You understand? It's not gonna get our people out of the LGBTQ. It ain't gonna save our people. It ain't gonna do nothing for the children. It ain't gonna stop us from getting unalived by our oppressor, by some evil police officer. It ain't gonna stop that. Not Islam, not Christianity. You understand? The prison system is full of Christians and Muslims.
Right.
Full of them. Guess who put them there? Our oppressor, man.
Right.
You understand? Somebody's about to say something?
What you said earlier reminded me of a precept. I tried to find it and struggled. I can't find it. But it was along the lines of your brother you have seen and your God you have not seen.
Yeah, that's 1 John 4:20. 1 John 4:20. Is that it? Should be.
That's correct. Thank you, sir.
You want to read it? You got a question on it?
No. I just wanted to find it from a precept.
Okay, yeah. 1 John 4:20. That's right. Yeah. If you had, like it says, how can a man say he loved God when he hated his brother and he hasn't seen God? Paraphrasing, right?
Yes, sir.
You saying you love God, but you hate your brother. That's what our people are going through right now. They're saying black people, they say they love God. They're God-fearing people. They go to the Christian church and they love God, but guess what? They don't stand with the Mexicans. No, you don't love God because you hate your brother. How the hell are you gonna love God and you don't want to deal with our people? That's your brother. That's our people, man. Right? We suffer the same oppression. We live in the ghettos and the barrios together. That's our brother, man. Right? In order to love God, you have to love the Mexicans. That's our brother, man. We're gonna stand with our brother. Here in I.S.U.P.K, we're gonna stand, we're gonna fight and die for our brothers, man. You understand? Believe that. You understand? We're not Christians. We are not soft. We're not confused. We got the whole truth.
Right.
We got the whole truth. We're not in a fake Israelite group where we say, well, we got the truth and some of the truth. They got a little bit of truth over there. Nah, we got the whole truth. We're in it. You should come join us. Come and join us. You understand? Now, let's go back to where was that? Now you drop in Hosea. Sidebar, because we on this, because I think somebody might ask this question. So, when did the kingdom of Israel split into two kingdoms, or when did we split into two branches? I'm gonna start using that. Two branches, right? You supposed to say what?
Yes.
But when did we split? No. I'm talking about, okay, so look, the kingdom of Israel, we split into two branches. And
you're talking about First Kings.
First Kings, that's right. First Kings chapter 12, right? So we split because King Solomon began to multiply. No, let me say it's different. King Solomon had many different wives from many different nations, and he started dealing with witchcraft.
Right.
Okay, he broke God's laws and his commandments, and this could have all been avoided if he would have stayed away from these other nations. Okay, let me get Deuteronomy 7:3.
Deuteronomy chapter 7.
Because 7 and verse 3. And this is all in context. Because if God loved everybody, if you thinking that the olive tree was for everybody, the Lord would never gave us a commandment telling us to stay away from the other nations. The Lord never changed. Okay, He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Okay, read what you got, Baba Kasha.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Don't make marriages with the heathens, with the other nations, man. He's only dealing with the children of Israel, just like he's only dealing with the children of Israel when you read Romans 11, when you read the Old and the New Testament. Keep reading.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from serving you, and following you.
Right. If you follow these other nations, they're going to turn you from following your God. And this is what happened with Solomon. With King Solomon, he started dealing with these other nations. You understand? And guess what? He ended up dealing with serving the other guys, building graven images to pay respect and tribute and worship these other gods. And you know what happened? The Lord says, I'm gonna rent the kingdom from you. But for David's sake, I'm not gonna do it during your reign, not during your 40-year reign. I'm gonna do it under your son, under the next king. And it happened under King Jeroboam. That's when the kingdom split. All right. So now, let me get Romans 11 and 17.
Romans chapter 11, verse 17. And it reads, and if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, with graft in amongst them. Now,
what is it saying right here? Some of the olive trees were broken off, meaning some of our people, like the northern kingdom, were broken off. They became wild. They started following these other guys and these other cultures, and not living like Israelite, not following the covenant that was given to our fathers. Right? So they became wild. But you know what else? The northern kingdom will start breaking God's laws too. Right. That's why you get the Pharisees. The Pharisees was Israelites. Those were Negro, black men. Right. You know what I'm saying? They weren't the same. They weren't the people that's living on Israel. They were black men. Guess what? They were saying they were saying that they served God, but they weren't. They're saying, well, you should be eating pork, man. Don't be eating pork. Y'all eating pork? Hey, we're gonna stone this nigga. And then go in the house, eat some pork. Eat some crab legs. Close the door. Look out the window and make sure nobody see him. Doing evil stuff like that. And Christ knew it. You understand? Christ knew it. He knew about our people doing that. So if our people, the southern kingdom that was in Jerusalem at that time, was breaking God's laws, then why can't the northern kingdom come back? Right. We all. That's why it says that. It says all of our righteousness is as a filthy rag. Right? Or it says, what is that? What's the other one I'm thinking of?
Which one, sir?
We've all fallen short.
Right.
Now Christians say that to keep sinning. Right? But really, we all broke God's laws. Right. We're all worthy of death. We all need a second chance. Not the other nations, because they were never in the covenant. But we broke God's laws. Northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, or the two branches. So guess what? When we read in Psalms 78, when the Lord stopped dealing with the northern kingdom, guess what? They get a chance to come back now. Right. They can come back now because we broke the goddamn law too. Yeah. You understand? All of our righteousness is a filthy rag. We all messed up. Everybody. Christ gave us a second chance, man. You about to say something, brother?
Just to clarify, maybe if we don't all take that chance together, then we won't get that chance, correct?
Well, I'm gonna say this for that. For this, what you're saying, right? Say your question again.
If you don't like it says, to come together, gather yourself. If we don't all take that chance together, then we miss that opportunity.
Well, here's this. Christ said the kingdom of heaven doesn't come by observation. Right. So we're not waiting for Christ to come back. We're gonna have to work. So yeah, the nation of Israel, we got to come back together. You understand? We got to build a kingdom for Christ. The kingdom should already be built. You know who the kingdom would consist of? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Right. Blacks and Latinos and Native Indians coming back together. You understand? The Lord's waiting on us to get it right. He's looking at he's waiting on us to get it right. And if we ain't got it right, then he's it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. When he say it's right, think about them niggas got it. Go get them. That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, we gotta come back together as blacks, as children of Israel, blacks, Latinos, Native Indians. We have to come back, and we're doing it right now here in I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
Every day. Our ranks are getting replenished every day.
Right.
You understand? People leaving the school, and guess what? Lord replaced them right. Another man that's willing to serve the Lord, and that's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants a clean house when He returns. Christ is going to come back to a clean house. You understand? It's like your father saying, "Listen, I'm leaving, but when I come back, make sure this house is clean. I don't want to have no trash on the floor. Pick up all these clothes, fold these clothes. There better not be no clothes in the washing machine. Make sure all the laundry's done. Make sure the dishes are washed. Make sure the grass is cut. Make sure everything is right. Because when I come back, I want the house to be clean. I don't want to come back to a messy house. That's what's happening right now. The house is getting judged right now, cleaned up right now, because our king is coming back. You understand? What you about to say? You about to say something?
Yes, sir. If I may just compare it to an earlier event, Noah. So the ark is built. It's the I.S.U.P.K. Right? But we're not waiting for people to get onto the ark and waiting for it to be a full house. We already sent the call. Once it started raining,
Yeah.
The door is already closed by him.
Right, because the Lord is the. So you gotta understand this. There's gonna be okay. Let me say this. It's gonna be 144,000 men that are gonna be sealed. 144,000. 12,000 from each tribe are gonna be sealed. Now, you don't have to have 144,000 in the school. You know why? Because you have men that were in the truth and they died in the truth.
Right.
We've been doing it since 1969.
Right.
So when that number's sealed, it don't matter if we got enough brothers in here walking around and living. There's gonna be brothers coming out of the ground when Christ returns. You understand? So you ain't gotta worry about, if we got enough brothers. Don't let your eyes deceive you. Just let God be true and every man a lie. Because the Lord gonna know when it's time. You gonna say something, brother?
That's heavy because in Romans 11, it says that. It says 7,000 men will not bow to all.
Yeah, right. Get that brother in, man. It says that 7,000 men that have not bowed. See, and that's who the men we're looking for, man. That's what we go out in these corners, man. We ain't, we don't have to. We're not trying to get everybody. We are hoping prayers for everybody to hear and listen. I mean, I say everybody. I'm talking about the children of Israel, Black, Latino, Native, Indian, right? But that one brother that's really trying to serve the Lord, that's really saying, man, this makes sense to me. Like everything you're saying, I've been looking for this. I'm tired of being oppressed. I'm tired of what's been going on with our people, and I feel like this is the truth. Where do I sign up at? That brother. And when that brother comes into the school, the angels rejoice. The angels in heaven rejoice, man. You understand? Because you coming in here and you making a change. You leaving that world and you coming into a new one. Right. You coming into your own world, your society that the Lord created for you. Not the land of confusion. Not you don't want to be a wild olive branch no more.
Right.
You're trying to get into that. You're trying to get back to the roots.
Right.
You're trying to get back to your roots. You feel me? You gonna say something, bro?
No,
All right, bet. Let's go. Let's go to Romans 9:3.
The book of Romans chapter 9 verse 3. For I wish that myself were accursed from Christ.
Right.
For my brethren.
For who?
For my brethren.
Now Christians love to say that Paul is for everybody.
Right.
This is Romans. Paul. This is the apostle for the Gentiles.
Right.
He's saying, and because I hate to leave that out there. He's apostle for the Gentiles, but meaning the Gentiles that went off and stopped serving the Lord.
Right.
They started following. They broke God's covenant and follow other nations and gods and traditions.
Just like him.
Paul is saying, "I wish myself to be a curse for my brethren, my kinsmen." Right? Keep reading. What's a kinsman?
Somebody that's born into the same family.
Damn right. That's your kinsman. That's my kin. That's my family. That's my relative. Right? Keep reading.
For I wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen,
Meaning,
according to the flesh.
and let me just say this first part. Paul said, I wish myself to be accursed. What does he mean by what is he talking about?
He would wish that he would suffer instead of the nation that.
No.
That's right. So you want to do the same thing with brothers today?
Nope.
Like you saying that he wish they was in the truth rather than like he can have what he has from the truth.
Read it again from the top.
For I could wish that myself were accursed in Christ.
From what?
Were accursed in Christ.
Isaiah, you about to say something?
Right, so you saying like I wish myself was separate from Christ, so we wouldn't have to
say that one time. Separate
from Christ, so you wouldn't have to see like the brothers who really give the truth.
No. What he's I'm gonna give you one more. Go ahead.
He said, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren. That means that because I wish I could take on the suffering that they deserve.
Take on the suffering that they deserve? Why? Okay, why is he saying that?
Because that's what Christ did.
Okay, so what is he saying?
What he's saying is that he wishes that he could die for their sin.
Did somebody else say that?
No.
You said that? No. So like I was
saying he wishes they could be in the truth because of his, well, I'm saying what I actually said is they could be in the truth rather than him. Not saying that he wouldn't be in the truth, but saying that like he wished so much that they could get the truth because he has it.
Okay, so here's what he's saying. Because you right on the money. He's saying he wished he suffered what Christ suffered for his people. Christ died for his nation. He said, I wish I was accursed for my people, for Christ. You understand? For my nation. Like if I had suffered that for my nation, he wish he died for his nation. That's what he's saying. He wish he was hung on a cross and suffered the same death that Christ suffered. That's what he's saying. For his nation, for his people. That's what he's saying. For his kinsmen, his brethren. He wanted to die that death. You understand? Yeah, that's what yeah. You understand? Like when we go out on the street corners, we ain't afraid of nothing. You understand? We're not afraid of nothing. We're not afraid of nobody. People walked up next to us with, brother, we ain't afraid of nothing. All right. So we didn't went to level 4 cartel areas, but some areas where it's these bodies on bodies over there. And guess what? We weren't scared to go out there. We weren't afraid at all. We went out there, did the work of the Lord, and came right back. All right. But Paul's saying, I wish I suffered the death that Christ suffered for my brethren, my kinsmen. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites? That's who Christ died for. He died for the wild olive tree. He died for the people that left God and serve other God. He died for our people. So that what? So that they can return. So that we can have a second chance. We can have a second chance. Keep reading.
Who are Israelites? To whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law.
Right. So yeah, my bad. Keep going.
And the service of God and the promises. Verse 5.
So we are the ones who have the covenant, have the law, have the service of God, have the promise. It was given to the children of Israel, not given to all the nations in the world. It was given to blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, who are the children of Israel. Okay. So now, Paul was only dealing with Israel when he spoke in Romans 11. Okay, not the other nations. Okay, the natural branches represent the southern kingdom. Okay, And the wild branches represent who? The northern kingdom, right? Though we were all breaking God's laws, this is why we get to come back. You about to say something?
You think a lot of people, they get distracted because of the title of the book? And they say Romans, so we would be like, without even reading, because you know,
well,
they're infamous for not reading.
Well, you got to understand also that the reason, well, he was speaking to the Israelites that were in Rome.
Exactly.
The Israelites that were in Corinthian or Galatia. Huh?
They'll hear that and be like, they thought he was speaking to the Italians.
Yeah, they might think that, but that's why you have to come in here. You got to come in here and learn,
Right.
or else you're gonna be a Christian.
Right.
You don't want to be a Christian when Christ returns. You think you do, because the title, because the name of the religion. But the white man put Christ in every damn thing as evil,
Right.
like Christmas. You think that got something to do with Christ? That's something to do with Christ.
Yeah, right.
You understand? They ain't got nothing to do with Christ. You understand? You gotta stop. We gotta stop being deceived and lied to. Okay. So let's go to Romans 11:21. Who? Speaking of who? Oh, okay. About to say, yo, I thought you said something. I'm like, hey, we don't do that.
Exactly why you didn't hear me.
All right, go ahead.
Romans chapter 11, verse 21. For if God spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not thee.
Right. The Lord spared the natural branches. We were breaking God's laws, His commandments. Natural branches who? Again, it's the southern kingdom, right? Judah, Benjamin, and half the tribe of Levi. He spared us, right? All right, keep going.
Verse 22. Behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of God on them which fell severity.
On them who?
On them which fell severity.
Right. The ones that fell was our northern kingdom brothers. Keep reading.
But towards thee, goodness, if thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou shalt be cut off.
Right. Jump down.
Otherwise thou also shalt be cut off.
The water. Now let me get. Now I want to jump ahead. I'm talking about to jump ahead. Jump down. Okay, go to Ezekiel 37 and 22.
In the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 22.
22.
22 verse 7 or 7 and 22?
37 verse 22.
37 verse 27. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel.
He's gonna do what?
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
Right. We're no longer going to be two nations. Right. It's no longer going to be the two branches or the wild tree, the wild olive tree, and the natural branch. You understand? We're going to be one tree family again. One family tree again. Right. That's what we're going to be. You understand? Christ is going to put us together. That's what's happening right now. Keep reading.
And one king shall be king to them all.
And what?
And one king shall be king to them all.
And one king. Who's that king? That king. That king is Yahawashi, Christ. That's gonna be that's our king, man. He's gonna be king to us all. We're not gonna have a tribe of Ephraim, man, and a tribe of Judah. We're gonna have it's gonna be the tribe of Ephraim and Judah all together in one. When I say tribe of Ephraim, meaning the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom, or the two branches coming back together, man. Right? Keep reading.
And they shall be no more two nations.
They shall what?
They shall be no more two nations.
We shall be no more two nations. Shall be no more black and brown. This is going to be the nation of Israel. This is going to be the nation of Israel. You ain't going to be looking at your brother like, I don't know if I want to help my brother. What they say on TikTok, I don't want to stand with the Mexicans. Nah, they going to be that.
Yeah.
You mess with Mexicans, you messing with blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. We all standing up.
That's right.
That's why you see that. The I.S.U.P.K, like Christ is our example. You understand? Christ was our example on how to live. Guess what? The I.S.U.P.K is example for the nation of Israel, for blacks, Latinos, Native Indians. This is why we don't like we make videos, you understand, showing brotherhood between blacks and Hispanics. Because we are the example on how to live. We don't smoke, we don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We don't celebrate Christmas and birthdays. Because why? Because we're the light to the Gentiles. You know what the Gentiles are? Yeah, go ahead.
My commentary outside the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold.
Damn right.
Them also I must bring.
Hey man, get that brother hand, man. Read that one more time, Baba Kishah.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring.
Can you go up one?
Verse 15. As the Father knoweth me, even so I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep.
Right. So Paul, sorry, excuse me. Christ, hold on a second. Christ, when you read Ezekiel 37, it says that the Lord is going to send a shepherd. Right. Christ is that shepherd. You understand? Right. Read that again.
Verse 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring.
Right.
And they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
And one shepherd. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Therefore does my Father love me, because I lay down my life that I might take it again.
Wait, what you just?
Verse 15, sir?
Yeah, verse 15.
As the Father knoweth me, even so I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep.
Right, but not the one that, okay, go back to the verse where it says not, and the ones that are not of this fold.
Okay,
that's my fault.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold.
And other sheep that I have that is not of this fold. That's an excellent precept, right? Who are the other sheep?
The northern kingdom, sir.
The northern kingdom, right? Because Christ was talking to the majority, the people, the majority of Israel that was in Jerusalem or Judea at that time was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And that's why Christ had to come and tell them that other sheep that is not of this fold, those ones I'm coming to grab too.
Right.
And that's the northern kingdom. You understand? The ones that the Lord stopped dealing with.
Right.
Let me get, where we at right now? 37? Okay, let me get this. Let me get, bear with me 1 second. You got a question? Okay, good.
How they say, Spanish people, if you mess with one of them, they all gonna come out of the woodwork.
Damn right.
They gonna be on your ass. It reminds me of the Montgomery law. The brothers are singing across the channels. Just the message I'm saying, just to help defend other brothers.
Like,
we all built this, like, I even see it in real time. You know, I say her son anyway.
No, damn right.
And they want to convince us that we're different.
Yeah, we're not different.
They know we weak apart.
They know we what?
They know that we're weaker apart. And that we're stronger together.
Damn right. You understand that? See, our oppressor has always divided us. That's how our oppressor does. I mean, that's how our oppressor does. The so-called white man. I mean, he does that with not only with the children of Israel, he also does that with other nations. For example, the Korean Peninsula, right? The Korean Peninsula is now split into two different places, two different things. You have North Korea, you have South Korea. Right. You know who's dwelling? You know who's in South Korea? The white man. Oh, yeah. You understand? And now the South Korea is fighting against North Korea. Right. And they're family. They're the same people. You know who divided them? Our oppressor. That's what they do. That's how they do. And you know how they did it? Let me tell you another thing. They use Christianity to divide you. That's their number one tool. The first thing when the damn Edomites came to the Americas, they brought a picture of Caesar Borgia,
Right.
and they brought swords and priests. You understand? And if you didn't bow down to that image, they burned our fathers to stakes, man.
Right.
They took our babies and dashed their heads on rocks, man.
Right.
And then the men child. You understand? The men children. Like,
they brought an image of supposed holiness so that they could turn around into fire with whoever they came.
Let me just sum it up with this. Our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah.
That sums it up. You understand? You about to say something? Wait, go ahead.
Christianity is really just a war tactic.
It's a war. That's all it is. It's a war tactic. And we played something a couple weeks ago where these other nations are starting to realize that they use Christianity as a war tactic, a way to slither in. They slither in to your community and take all the resources. They say we're coming through it. We got missionaries and we coming through it. You know, we're gonna take care of we're gonna help with your health program, your education program. We're gonna help build cities for you. Let us come in and help and do things for your community and help the city, help the people. Once you need help here, you need running water, and they come in with all that, with and then they go and take the resources. They go and take the oil, go and take the all the anything they can have. All these, what do they call it? The natural. What's they got going on?
Rare metals?
Nah, it's not rare metals, but it's rare earth
Oh,
minerals, rare earth metal, whatever it is.
Right.
They find the stuff and they take the resources, man.
Right.
So yeah, that's what that is, man. But let's get back. Let me just get some. We're gonna edit, wrap it up right now. Let me get Romans. Let me get Romans 11 and 17.
Romans chapter 17. And if one of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, were grafted amongst them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Verse 18.
Right. If you was cast out before, guess what? You can come back. You can come back. The northern kingdom will come back. Because why? Because Christ gave his life for the northern kingdom. He gave his life for the children of Israel. Because we were all breaking God's commandments. And now he gave a way for us all to return and come back to that covenant. Come back to the Lord. Okay? And now he has to tell what? Keep reading.
Verse 18.
Verse 18,
Boast not against the branches.
Why is Paul having to say that now? Yes, that's absolutely right. But he's also saying boast not against the branches, meaning the southern kingdom felt as though since they never left, then why does the northern kingdom get to come back? We never left though. It's the you get that where we also read that at? Where's that also talking about? When you got the southern kingdom that has never left, but now you got the southern kingdom that will boast against the northern kingdom, saying, well, they get to come back. We never left, Lord. They left and did all this other stuff like that. Why the hell did they get to come back? It's saying boast not against the other branches. Why is it saying that?
Because we knew from the time of Jesus that the southern kingdom that was still in Jerusalem and Judah, that the Pharisees, even the Pharisees and the Sadducees were the highest in the nation at the time, and they weren't allowed to have a king.
So, like it, where does it also say that? That's what my question is. My bad. What is this parable referring to? Like, where have we also read this at? For time's sake, so like, what's that talking about? The prodigal son?
Oh no, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
The prodigal son. Okay, it's the prodigal son. You understand? The son that left and wanted to come back. Right. And you got the son that never left who said, well, man, I never left you, Father.
Right.
Paul's telling him, don't boast against the other branches, man.
Right.
They can come back too, because you was wicked too. You was just as evil as they were, because you wanted to serve other gods. Right? Keep going.
Verse 18. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
Right. Meaning you really ain't really in the truth. You understand? Like, you don't love your brother like you claim you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't love God. It's like the scripture you brought out earlier. How can a man say, I love God, but hate your brother? Right. Yeah, you should want your brother to come back home, man. That's right. You should love your brother. You should want your brother to come back home so that we can all get our kingdom. That's right. You understand? Jump down to verse, somebody had a question? Okay. Jump down to verse, this is gonna be the last one. Salaki. Verse 23.
Oh my God. The book of Romans chapter 11 verse 23. And they also, if they abide, not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again.
God is able to graft them in again. Why the hell does it say grafting? Why does it say again? How the hell are you gonna be grafted into something that you was never part of? Right. He ain't talking about the other nations. That's right. The Lord ain't grafting no goddamn heathens into this family. That's right. Do you understand? Yes, the Lord's gonna bring our people back together under Christ, man. Right? And with that, are there any questions in the room? You have a question?
What you're saying is so heavy. I think if I'm making some clarification, so we as the nation and the multitude, we're the branches. Jesus would be the trunk, where God is the root, and God is the seed.
Okay, so no, I wouldn't look at it like that. No. So look at it more like, okay, like the olive tree is the children of Israel. Right. That's what it is. You have some branches that broke off and separated from that tree, and which is over here. Right. They weren't with the tree, but the Lord took them and is putting them right back together. That's right. To make them one tree again. Right. And okay, if you want to bring up the roots goes all the way to our family tree. Our roots always at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. Blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, we come from the same tree, the same family tree. All right, what's this one?
Yes, sir. And the Lord also caused the suffering, the burden that came to the olive tree as well.
Yes. So it's the suffering and burning, meaning like what? The punishment. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 15. No, 28 and 1. Yeah. Are you asking me, did the Lord cause us to? Let's just go to it. That way, let's see if there's an answer quick.
No, it was in Romans 11.
The burning, Romans 11?
Yeah, the burning of the olive tree.
Let's read it.
I mean, Deuteronomy 28.
Well, no. What's the question you had your question on?
The tumult. That's the word that was used.
Yeah, let's read it.
Romans chapter 11 insertion.
You got it?
That is. The Lord called thy name, a green olive tree, fair and goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled fire on it, and the branches of it are broken.
Okay. So what is a tumult?
Turmoil.
Tumult? Look up the definition to tumult. The word tumult. It says it basically says it in there. The noise of the loud tumult.
It's that fire.
Read the definition.
Definition. A loud, confused noise. Especially when caused by a large mass of people.
All right. So now let's go back and read that scripture again.
The Lord called thy name, a green olive tree, fair and goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he had kindled fire upon it.
Right. So the Lord the Lord kindled a fire, meaning against us, meaning it's like a shout, like, okay, like a parent saying, what are you doing?
Right.
Why y'all doing this? He's yelling at you. He's angry with you, is what he's saying. You understand? And how does he show his anger with you? He sends punishments. Matter of fact, give me let me get Psalm 78. You can start at verse 32.
The book of Psalm chapter 78, verse 32. But all this they sinned still, and believed not for his wondrous works. Verse 33.
They did what? They believed.
They believed not.
They believed not.
Wondrous works. Therefore, verse 33. Therefore, their days did he consume in vanity.
He consumed in vanity. Meaning, it's gonna feel like, damn, why am I even here, man? Oh my God, ain't nothing going right for me.
Right.
Life is so hard. Ain't nothing going on. My rib can't get pregnant. My crops won't grow. It won't rain. It's all hell here. It's like, my God. Keep reading.
Therefore, their days did he consume in vanity, and their years in trouble. Verse 34. When he slew them, then they sought him. Yeah, when the Lord sent evils to you, he sent evil angels to you. You understand? And then they're like, oh, please, Lord, please. Okay, Lord, please. Please. Because you know what I'm saying? Because that's especially what we do. When stuff start happening, be like, oh, snap. Please, God. Please, Lord. I promise I'm gonna change, Lord. Please. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading. And they returned and inquired early after God. Verse 35. And they remembered that God was their rock.
Right.
And the high God their redeemer.
Keep going.
Verse 36. Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth.
Now check that out. And that's what we do. That's all I'm saying. I didn't want to say it, but this is what we do. We say, Lord, when times get hard, we say, oh, Lord, please, Lord, I promise I will stop. Lord, I'm going to change. Lord, please just don't let this happen. Lord, please don't let them take my car. Don't let them take my lights. Please, Lord. And guess what? You flatter on the Lord with your lips and you don't change.
Right.
Instead, you say, well, I know I said I wasn't going to do it no more. But let me do it one more time. Let me make sure I ain't like it.
That's crazy.
You understand? That's what people do in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't do that in here. We change. Nah, bro.
Wow.
Now, no, let me get the last one. Let me jump down to verse 48.
Find the book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 48.
49.
49. He cast upon them fierceness of his anger.
Fierceness of his anger. Because we want to be disobedience, the Lord sent his anger, his fierceness of his anger. Right? Keep going.
Wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
No, because the Lord don't send evil angels.
Right.
Christians be like, oh, the devil's at work. It was the devil that sent all this bad stuff to me. No, God sent evil angels.
Right.
That's who he sent. You understand? Because guess what? All angels in heaven, and it has always been like this. The Lord, all angels in heaven have always obeyed God. There's never been a time ever where angels have went against God. All angels, Satan and all, follow God's orders.
That's right.
The only ones that are disobedient to God is you.
Right.
That's who are that's who break God's laws and break and don't follow God. You understand? Angels, Christians say, the angels in heaven had it was a disagreement in heaven with the choir director, Satan.
Right.
Nah, the Lord has his house in order. Okay? The Lord has his house in order, and guess what? All the angels obey him, the good ones and the bad ones. You better say something, Mark?
Where did they get that saying that Satan fell from heaven or whatnot?
Nah, so it is something they made up because they don't understand the scriptures. They got that from for one, they get that from what is that? What's that? That too, but also Lucifer, oh Lucifer, how art thou fallen from heaven? Right. They'll take that scripture. They think that's talking about the angel. Lucifer is not an angel.
That's right.
Who is Lucifer?
The light bearer, the person who's in charge of the world.
The person who's in charge of the world. Who's in charge of the world?
Right now, it's the Edomites.
Get that brother hand. Damn right. That's who Lucifer is. Lucifer is not an angel. Lucifer is the Edomites, and it's the highest ranked Edomites.
Right.
Like the small hats living in the land of Israel. That's right. Ruling over, owning the Diamond District, owning the Federal Reserve, owning the United States, owning Ukraine and other places, running NATO. They're the highest ruling nation, and every nation has to pay tribute to them. Right. You understand? The Edomites, the Amalekites, the Khazars, the Sephardic Jews. You understand? Right. Guess what? That's Lucifer, and they're gonna fall from their stature. They're gonna fall from their rulership. That's what that's talking about. What's another one? Where they say that the angels, the sons of God saw the daughters of men. Oh yeah, Genesis 6, right? Genesis 6, right? That's not talking about angels falling out of heaven. Right. They're like, oh, see, yeah, man, you got some crazy ass doctrines out there. That's where the Nephilim come from. The Nephilim, because the angels fell from heaven and they started having sex. And they started having sex with the people, and then that's how you get the giants. The giants came out of from the angels having sex with the people. Right. No, man. The sons of God were the sons of Adam. That's right. And the daughters of men, those were the other nations. Right. And our people, just like we read Deuteronomy 7 and 3, right, started marrying the heathens and multiplying, you understand, with them, making families and stuff like that, following their gods. The sons of God, the sons of Adam, started sleeping and marrying with the other nations. That's right. You understand? And that's why the Lord had to destroy this place. Right. Interracial marriage is the reason why God flooded the earth the first time. That's right. That's why it happened. Right? Somebody's about to say something too? All right, any other questions? Any questions online? All right, with that, the medium. Oh, well, I sure forgot. Slaggy. You shot me. Let's go and get them security announcements. We'll pass to priest. Or who? Who will read it? All right, priest and officer Isaiah Allah. Give him a hand.
We're the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to be saluted only. They have to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister report each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, found in Numbers 18 and 21 in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Get the treasury department of priest coin. Free will offer to priests, whatsoever amount you would like. Not mandatory. Upcoming the holy convocation. Memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. The first day of the 7th month, Sunday, the 21st of September, 2025. Found in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 and 25. If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, blue shirts, pants, handbag, and scarf. And with that, give the fast back over to Officer 1004.
With that, Amadium, we give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters.
Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Mahdi, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Shabbat, dismiss.